So we did talk about apology and forgiveness last time, more like about the forgiveness part, if you recall. And I think you have been there, right?
Yeah, we can start.
Okay. So did you watch? Did you watch it at all? No.
We watched it. Yeah, we watched it.
No.
I think we watched it.
No, the actual meeting, no.
Oh, the meeting we didn't watch,
Okay.
but we got the material.
Yeah. So basically, it was about forgiveness, most of it. And I told you that there's in the book, there is something about language of apology. Did you read the chapter?
In here? Or
Yeah, in here. Yeah. So he talks about how we expect from people to ask the forgiveness in a certain manner. Do you recall
Because that's
that?
what we're used to, so we expect it for them to be just like we are, but
Mhm.
they're not.
Yeah. And sometimes we don't feel okay, he's probably not
The genuine
genuine anymore.
Genuine.
Yeah, just because it's not the same matter that we used to, right? So was that clear? What do you think about the actual concept?
It's pretty practical.
Uh-huh. Did you talk about it, two of you?
Yeah, we
Uh-huh.
apologize to each other.
Oh yeah. How
In
much?
advance for
How
any
long?
other problems.
Just once.
So, is there anyone here who never had any argument yet? I thought so, but
Me, I'm perfect.
not there you go. So
Okay.
we gotta ask him though.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Well,
Boba? Okay, so he's not here though. Sorry. We can trust him. Anyways, sorry. Basically the idea is be ready beforehand. Again, just like in every other topic. Talk about it, be ready beforehand, just so when the disagreement or fight or whatever comes, it's too late. Emotions are up, everything is high, there. So it's too late to decide stuff there. Talk beforehand. I'm not sure if you were able to see yet anything for half a year. You were married, so I don't know.
we've definitely grew in our apologies.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you can
A
getting
lot.
used to each other manner thing.
Yeah, and like we've started to develop I guess our template for how we do it.
Or rules.
Our rules, I guess you could say.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, things we follow.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, that's what it is. So start talking about right now. When the emotions come, or somebody is not happy anymore, so you know what to do basically, how to approach, what to talk, how long to wait. Who can basically somebody ask for forgiveness, you say, okay, that's fine, I got it. Or who can say, no, give me a couple hours or half a day. People are sometimes like that, right? So it's all in our inner parts, right? Our soul, basically. How am I gonna react? Some people are really quickly say, mad, and then okay, I'm fine, and everything is good, back to normal. And some people are not really like that. So you need some time, sit in the corner or whatever. So we're different. So just know yourself basically, and see how it works in your relationships. So you're basically ready, right? Make sure how's your essay going? What are you writing? Is it
Slowly going.
slowly, a little bit? I'm basically trying to press on it, please, every week. Write something there. Something comes to your mind during the week, you're not there, well, talk to your phone. We're people right now, you just press the button and it says, Google, and you're done. It's there, all the notes. It's easy. Okay, sorry. Didn't turn off. So basically, yeah, catch your thoughts or whatever you think about. Just put it there and then add it a little bit. It's kind of easier. It was a whole lot different story 10 years ago. I was kind of more strict on people. Right now, on go, we can basically make notes. So if something comes to your mind about a certain topic or whatever we talk about, just do it, because you'll lose it. You'll lose it quickly, and you will feel differently a week from now, sometimes, or a month from now. Definitely, as soon as you get married, you'll lose all this. You'll not lose, but all these little thoughts and feelings and stuff, they'll grow into different something. So just write down right now, because then you can just read and laugh and cry and whatever, because it's cool. It's your history. It's your own history. So it's a good thing for you. Okay, so we talked about money today. I had a little book. Anton took it, right?
Yes.
So you can have it as long as you need. It's basically companion thing to this. I have more of this. We had a seminar like this 5 years ago, some time ago in the church. Crown Financial Ministry came and did that. It was great. It was nice. I'll give you some materials, and they have their own little banner here. So they have tools. I'm telling you ahead of time. They have tools on their website. If you go to, there's a lot of resources now online. So you go financial, whatever, you'll have to search for a lot of ads. Oh, we'll sell you this and that and whatever. But there are a lot of helpful resources online. But like Christian ministry-based stuff is probably not the best, but they're easier to navigate through all the selling stuff. So Crown Financial is really good. There's a couple others that's very nice too. So all the templates or calculators, whatever needed for finances inside a house, for your home, it's helpful on different topics too. So I would encourage you to not be just, we're going to figure it out then. Find it now. Be prepared now. Do you all have Bibles on your phones or something? Can we read something today? So please find 1 Chronicle 29. Who can do that? 1 Chronicle 29 is yours. 10, 11, 12. I'll need Proverbs 21:20. Who'll take that?
I can do that.
Okay, go ahead. I'll need 1 Timothy 6.
I'll go. I got it.
Okay, 1 Timothy 6, 7, 9, 10. I'll need that. And Philippians 4:12. Who'll do that?
I'll try to find it.
Sounds good. Let's do that. Okay. So while you're still looking at stuff,
I'm ready.
yeah, perfect. So just have it ready somewhere in there. I call the finances or financial topic in the family is probably the least troublesome or kind of a heavy thing, because finances are finances. I mean, sorry, it's material stuff. Soul is a whole lot harder. Try to fix something inside of yourself, yeah. You need some more money, you just go work a little more, and it's your time though. But basically, a little more wisdom, saving here, getting some more money here, and you got it. So finances are not so hard basically in the family. You just got to start it correctly and have a right mindset. That's it. And it doesn't matter you have a whole lot or none at all, because sometimes none at all is a lot easier than to have a whole lot and fight about how we use it, right? You have none, we have none. We just scramble from month to month, and we're happy. So if we got too much or a lot more, then like, oh, I want a boat, or I want a gun, or I want a dress, and I want to go to Hawaii, and whatever. We don't have enough for we never have enough for everything we want, ever, and nobody does. Well, okay, some people, but they don't care anymore. They don't need it anymore. They're not happy anyway. Really, most of the rich people, they're not happy. They can do anything, and they're not happy. So unless you have it figured out in here, then money is your tool, or finances, basically a tool. So read that First Chronicle 29.
Until when?
10, 11, and 12. First Chronicle 29.
30, 31, 32, you mean? Or Chronicle 29.
First Chronicle 29,
Sorry.
chapter 29, and verses 10, 11, and 12.
I apologize.
That's okay. Yeah, it's all good.
Okay. Wherefore David blessed the Lord before all the congregation, and David said, Blessed be thou, Lord God of Israel our Father, forever and ever. Thine, O Lord, is the greatness and the power, and the glory and the victory and the majesty. For all that is in the heaven and in the earth is thine. Thine is the kingdom, O Lord, and thou art exalted as head above all. Both riches and honor come of thee, and thou reignest over all. And in thine hand is power and might, and in thine hand it is to make great, and to give strength unto all.
Mm-hmm. So basically, the what we just heard, he is saying, if there is anything from one person, that's God. He gives all the blessings, all the health, all the power, all the abilities, everything. Paul talks about it in Corinthians. Some of you boast like you're so good, and he's like, you got it from somewhere, and it's not from you. So you got it from someone. Then don't be proud. So if you have something, it's not your own. It was given to you. You were born there. You basically used whatever was around you. You had the right mind or ability or whatever. It's all came from someone, and that someone is God. So if you have some money now, well, thank Him. If you have health now and work, well, thank Him. It's all His, basically. He is not the one who says, well, I give you that all, get it back. No, He gives. He likes to give. He loves to give. For God so loved the world that He gave. Even the most precious He gave. So, I mean, the money in whatever we need, sometimes a lot more than we need, He just gives us. It's Him. It's His nature. He wants us to have the same nature too, but that's a little different topic, or maybe it's a little later here. But He is the one who loves to give, and He gives. But we have to understand that. If I understand it's not mine, I'd like to honor God and give Him or to His causes back. That's great. That's right. But we all start with it's all His. Everything is His, and He gives us. He'll give two of us as soon as we get married. We're married. It's from Him. One moment later, I might lose my health. We never know. We are so complex in our health or our body that, it's just one little something and we can't work anymore. We're done. So it's just like you just read. From Him comes the power and ability and strength and everything from Him. So this is the main kind of a foundation for the financial or material, whatever topic. It's His. So now, as soon as I understand it was given to me, then we got to manage it correctly. And a lot of people just cannot manage what they have. Proverbs talked about it, that sometimes there is a great harvest for poor people, and they lose it all, or most of it, because they can't manage it correctly. It's all gone. A lot of bread is there, but they didn't use it because not enough abilities or understanding and whatever. They didn't use. They basically weren't used to too much, right? So a lot of people around us that lives in Spokane or whenever, they can't use money. They spend it. They got it, they spend it. They got it, they spend it. They never have anything. Because we're not used to anymore of a sound, how to say that right in English, how to correctly use the wealth that we have, basically. Manage it correctly. And then, we're broke. People are broke just because of that. I've heard the statistics that 50% of problems is financial problems. The rest is sex, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's not that correct, but a lot of it is. If there's a problem in the family, money a lot of times involved there, because people can't agree on the money topics, or they can't live peacefully with what they have, right? So though the topic is kind of simple thing, the finances is just the simple stuff, but don't let this simple stuff divide you. You gotta have the right look, right view of the money in the family. So, and God blesses. He likes to bless us. It doesn't mean that you will have a whole lot of money, but if you'll have fear of God and ask Him for wisdom, we'll ask Him for wisdom. He'll give you that in money area as well, in the financial area as well. So. Some people are you don't care about how much they get, how much debt they have. They just say, well, I want to be just like everybody. So give me all the credits possible, all the credit cards possible, and I use them all, and I'll have now I have a lot of stuff in the house. So just like everybody. Then I'm going to be happy. It doesn't work that way. Then you have so much debt that you're a slave now to all those that you owe to. So don't make yourself a slave, basically. Think of this. Some things like a house payment, no one can really set aside $200,000 and go buy a house. It's not possible anymore. Before, I guess, that was maybe a possibility. You could build yourself, whatever. Not anymore. It's kind of hard not to have any house debt. So you either pay for an apartment or you pay for a house. So you give money to someone or you give money kind of to yourself and some to the bank. But people finance everything, including the stupid stuff like this, and like what, $1,000 or how much that iPhone 13, 12, 14, whatever it is now. I don't know, but how much does it cost?
Times that by 100, the 12 by the number.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. So, I mean, basically, don't finance the stupid stuff. I mean, we can't really go anything without a house. Why finance the car? Or this? Or appliances? Or any other stuff? Or I have it now and pay later. That's the trick to get you in. And then 6 years later, you have all the appliances and you just finished paying for them. So just don't do it, basically. It's hard. It's harder. That's why all these people do that. That's why it's selling so easily in America. Yeah, I'll buy so much of a tile in the house and pay for that 5 years. I'll pay too much. No, I mean, really, why? Just save enough and then buy it. And then it's yours. So it's the simple stuff, but it's kind of hard because you got to organize yourself. And it's a discipline. Okay, we're planning for this, we're planning for that. We can talk about it a little later. But for some people, they just want to be like everybody else. The house, the car, the furniture, whatever. The vacation. That's the stupid stuff. To get the loan for the vacation. So just don't do it. People do that. We don't have to be like people. I tell that to my kids all the time. Yeah, we're humans too, but we don't have to be like everybody else. We just don't have to. So think wisely on that. A lot of people, they have too much money, but they cannot use it. Other people, they just don't have enough. They have a little, and they're always looking out, oh, all these people have so much. And they have this envy inside. Don't let that envy, because it'll be in between two of you. She'll say, hey, you don't earn enough, or go work yourself, and whatever. People start fighting because they think they don't have enough money. And we never know. In 1991, in Russia came like this. Nobody knew. Somebody just sold the house and got all the money. And next day, they could buy a pound of meat. That's it, for a house. Literally, in the overnight. So, and I know people like this in our church. Think of this. You just sold the house and got all these thousands. Next day, you can buy a pound of meat. That's it. Things like this happen. I'm not telling you in America will happen tomorrow. We don't know. But it's just we don't base our relationships and whatever we have valuable between two of us on money. It doesn't matter. Up there at the altar, we say, hey, in health and not, in the wealth and not, I'll be yours and you're mine, right? We promise that. So if we promise that, we've got to think, yes, that's going to be like this. We might not have much tomorrow or almost none. It's okay. We have each other. That's what we need the most. Relationships are, I've been talking about it for a couple of lectures now. Relationships are the most important in the family. Money, yeah. So relationship with him and two of us and our kids. That's what we guard mostly. And God will give money and whatever. He'll supply, he'll provide. He'll do that. We just got to honor him first. So his goal is to teach us how to manage what we have correctly so we don't have a havoc. Because that, in that case, we won't have good relationships. Because that's going to be what we're going to be thinking about. Oh, we have a problem here, problem there, bills here, whatever. So we got to get it together correctly. So 1 Timothy, who found that?
It's
1 Timothy 6,
1 Timothy 6,
6 through 10.
6 through 10.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
I think it's First Timothy.
Oh, shit.
It is 1 Timothy, yes. That's good. It's fine.
Okay. Oh, no. Sorry. Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry. Which one? 6. I had it, but it was only just the 6 when it wasn't through.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So here's 10. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the faith and pierced themselves with many pangs. That's what number 10 says.
Yeah. Well, that is probably...
It's 1 Timothy 6 through 10.
6 through 10. What chapter?
6.
6, number 10.
Okay. Just verse 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Read it.
So that's most of it, basically. So, once again, it's a love of money. It's not the money that is the root of evil. Money is not an evil. But the love of it, basically, when we love it, then it creates all this trouble for us, right? And in the Philippians, the 4, who was looking through?
Me.
Was it? Yeah, 4:12.
Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again. Rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be. Is that 4:12?
No, that's a 4:12. Should be
Okay.
4:12.
Yeah. 4:12.
Down below a little.
Oh, shoot.
It's okay. Me too.
You gotta skip the ads.
Oh,
That's true. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and in every situation, whether well fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want.
yes. So basically, this is what we just talked about. Paul says, I had times in life when I had enough or quite a bit, and times when I had almost none. And he's like, I have learned in any of those times to get through, to be fine. Philippians is is a epistle of joy. It's joy just pierces through the whole thing. Where in our small group we talk about it right now. So, and he's like, I'm in prison, I have none, and I'm so happy, I'm so joyful. Basically, he's saying that throughout all those 4 chapters, and he learned. So we can learn this. It's the thing that we learn basically. So the very first thing that practically for us here is when we start living together, or we are getting to that, is it's not your money and my money anymore. It's our own. It's our both of us. Basically, together it's both of us. All the debts and all the money, not just income, but the debts as well. So did you already talk how much debt you have? That's important to know, because it's not oh wow, really you have 220? I had no idea. That's too much. Or whatever, yeah. Or some people have none. That's good. So it's basically important that when we getting in to marriage, we understand it's not mine anymore. There's no independence anymore. It's interdependence. We're together, right? So money, it's all together. No separate bank accounts and other stuff. There are different situations in family when something like this is advised, but it's rare and it's totally different. Gambling and other stuff involved, or drugs or whatever. So none of you are there. So basically, it's together. It doesn't matter. People ask me, so we can't have 2 bank accounts? It's like, no, you can't have 2 bank accounts. You can have 3 or 4. Or I don't know how many we have, just for financial. We move stuff around between accounts a lot.
Money
But
laundering?
what?
Money laundering?
Nice. No, it's more like saving. We have 1 checking and like, I don't know how many savings, 5 or 6 savings. It's free, so it's easy.
Yep.
Move stuff around because, okay, we just spend this much on this credit card, so this much money goes to this account, and that account or that account. We never spend anything that we don't have in our checking. That's it. We've learned that in like 5 years into marriage or something like that. We always have finances, but there was a time when we spend all of it, and then comes the paycheck, and we have to give it to the credit card, and then we have none for a month. It's like, so one month we decided we're gonna just grind and not spend or whatever as much as we can, and then we only spend what we have in checking. If we don't have it, we don't spend it. That's it. If we don't have it, we don't have it. We'll have it next month. So we'll wait. Just like this. Food, yeah, sorry, less food this month, or whatever. So it makes you think. So back to accounts. You can have as many as you'd like, but it's got to be all of us, both of us. All of this is us, not just yours and mine. So you pay from your check for this, and I pay for this check, and then I spend the rest for my stuff, and you spend yours for your stuff. No, that's not marriage, or it's a struggling marriage financially. Don't do that. Don't get into that, basically. You'll have more to decide. Well, I want that, but we don't have enough for that. Well, let's set aside this much, and then in 3 months we'll get it. Whatever. Just we'll have to decide, basically. Gary Chapman in that little book says, when we had no money, I was a student and she was a student, or whatever it was, we had no money, so we didn't struggle at all. We just had none. As soon as I started working, yeah, there we go. We started having troubles because we suddenly start having some money. So that's the first basic question. We are open with what we're coming in, basically, right? We are open on our plans together. Tim, you can come and sit here. You don't have to sit there kind of alone. It's not right. I just realized. Sorry, buddy. So our plans, like who's going to work? Both of us going to work. What if as soon as we have children, like 1 or 2, what are going to be happening? Are we both continue work, or mom is going to be with kids or not? So decide all that ahead of time, okay? Because it's important. As much as you can understand of each other, understanding financially, okay, I grew up in such a family, and I grew up in such a family, and this is how we've seen the money. We never had enough, or we had too much, we never knew what to do with it, just lay everywhere, or I don't know. Just understand each other, how we were growing up. And we're different. Guys and girls are different a little bit on money, and more like you've heard about there's a saver and a spender. Do you understand what that means, right? Some people are, it's hard for them to save anything. They have money, we spend it. One day we'll come shopping and we buy everything in the mall. And some people, they can't really spend anything. They kind of, it's so hurtful to give any money away because it's, I have to spend that. No. So it's, exaggerating. Anyways, but you should know yourself, basically. Think about it and talk about it together. That the test that I gave you, the Symbis, it kind of gets you there and says, well, you're more of a spender, you're more a saver, right? So between 2 of you, talk about it. What do you think you are? And decide for sure who is going to deal with money. Both of you got to be involved, but one of you got to be responsible for bookkeeping and paying bills and getting all that together and stuff, whoever likes it more. If both of you hate it, then it's a little harder. Normally, I don't think I've ever seen one couple who had both of them just hate doing dealing with money.
Or just hire an accountant. It's easy.
Yeah, I guess. Gotta work a lot. Those guys charge a lot, but that works, I guess. So, but think about it. Basically, one of you got to be responsible, but it's open. We talk about it all the time. What is going on? How much we have? What we saved this month and stuff. So it's just you got to be open. So there's only 3 things you can do with money. Can you help me with? We can.
Pay bills.
We can spend it.
Spend it.
There you go.
It's
Save it.
spend it, give it away, or save it.
Oh, save it. There you go. Yeah, 3 things exactly. There's only 3. There's nothing else we can do. If there's money, there's 3 things. And there's a plan, 10, 10, 80. It's very easy. Is that in the book?
Yeah.
Okay, probably. To be honest, I don't remember what he talks about in financial lecture.
Yeah, we read it today, and that was
Oh.
in the chapter.
There you go. So yeah, there's 3 things. So that's why the plan calls 10, 10, 80. And 10, 10, 80 means as soon as we get some money, we understand who gave it to us or who gave us the ability. We give 10% to God, to His causes. We decide between 2 of us how are we going to do it. So another 10 we save, and 80 is for our needs, whatever we have, all of the needs. So basically, to understand that, you got to understand how much do we have. Oh, I get this much in my work, and I get this much. That's pretty easy, yes. But then, what do we have to get it into? How much the house? This basically calls a budget, and budget is not the hard word, because people are normally scared of budget. I hate budget. It's just a plan, basically. Just write down everything that you have to. When our family lives, we need money for housing, for food, for bills and electricity and whatever it is, for coffee. How much is that? Do you know how much you spend for coffee every month? Exactly?
Not much.
Not much?
More than I need to.
More, okay. So basically, if you don't know, this is the homework. Start writing all your coffee things. How much is your coffee? And at the end of the month, decide, whoa, $200, that's too much. And probably not, maybe not, but I mean, just yesterday or a couple of days ago, coffee was $3 per cup. And now it's like $5. Maybe it was more than 2 days ago, but I mean, somebody gave me a Starbucks card with $10. I was like, nice. So when they were spending, I was like,
Literally.
so I bought a drink for me and my wife. She was like, oh, give me some more money. I was like, what? So, and that's for a coffee. Come on. So think of this. The little things eat most of the money, basically. Yeah, the house is quite a bit, but little things. We eat out there, we eat out here. So that's why the budget is kind of showing us the picture. So in that folder or that thing where all our audio files, I kind of threw one file there today that says budget planning, whatever. It's not the ideal one. I looked at it and I was like, it's not that. It didn't appeal to me, basically. It's okay. It's not bad. It shows everything there. It's an Excel spreadsheet. So use, I don't know, Google Docs or Excel, whatever you use. But use something. It's not hard anymore. You don't have to write it all with your hand. But basically, whatever is needed, the bigger things, the most important one, we have to live somewhere. We have to eat something. There's got to be warmth or cold, whatever, air conditioner. We have cars. We normally don't ride buses, so we need money for cars, insurance. Don't forget that. How much is that per month? Even if you pay once a year, how much is that per month? Or how are you gonna come up with that once a year insurance? How much is that now? So basically, list all whatever you have to spend. This is your budget, and then see, okay, we make this much, and we have to spend. Whoa. And you start cutting stuff. Normally, we don't have enough. So what? It doesn't take too long to look through that bank statement. Just look through it and says, what is that stuff? What is this stuff? My wife got enough of that. Just random purchase out of nowhere. It just came. She's like, wait, what is that stuff? It was like, and they got it off because somebody just got it. Once it was a different stuff. There was a lot of, one company charged differently and whatever. It's just like, we didn't pay that. So anyways, a lot of times it saves you money here and there. But basically, see what you're doing. Subscription eats quite a bit. Thank you for mentioning that. We subscribe for stuff we don't really need.
Yep.
Especially, and I see that with my kid, is this. Google, Amazon, or whatever we do, is just, oh, pay for that. Click, click, click. You didn't know you're subscribed, actually. Oh, free trial. That's the worst. A free trial. Oh, yeah, I'll cancel in a month. 6 months later, wait, what did I pay $20 for a month? How much is that, $20 a month? Yeah, that's quite a bit. That's 160. So if you have extra 160, just give it to me, basically. I'll take it. I have some to spend.
Now, recently, though, there is a cool tool I learned about, and this changed subscriptions for me for life. It's called privacy.com, dumbest name ever for it. But you can go on there, it's free. You can create credit cards. Well, basically, they're debit cards, sorry. And you say, okay, this debit card's a one-time use, $10, once monthly, whatever the amount. You put all your subscription services, one on each one of those. And so, like, let's say you're doing Xbox Live, right? Okay, I want to do it one time for 3 months at $5. You do that card, $5 one time. You'll only do that one time, $5. Card gets deleted. They can't charge you again. Most people have, like, right to a bank account, right to a card. That's not a bad way of doing it. What if you can't cancel? That happened before. The company won't let you.
Yeah.
Now you need a new card, right? So privacy.com is pretty cool. It's free. I learned about it from a finance guy. I think it's pretty recent. It's legit. I used it. It's really awesome. That's a great tool you can use if you want something for 6 months. Cancel it. Guess what? They have no choice. Card's deleted. It's gone. So it's really cool, and it doesn't cost you a penny. So
Privacy.com?
Mhm.
Privacy.com. There you go. So, hey. There's so much in coming up all the time. Something new. Just be aware. My thing is basically, if you plan it, you're going to be all right. If you don't plan it, if nobody's watching that, if we're both of us just, we make it, we spend it, we just make too much anyway, yeah, you'll spend all of it, basically, or more. And basically, for us who are children of God, this is not right. Because He gives it to us so we can be blessed and bless others. When we are not really that good with money management, we spend it all, we're in debt, and instead of be blessing to others, we're not even blessing. We don't even use the blessing for us, right? So, and like I said, it's a lot of time, it's a struggle between two in the family. Because, money again. It's just, there's not enough management. That's it. Or we want too much because either people around us want too much, spend so much, and whatever. Yeah, we're just trying to be like everybody else. Or we can't really cut whatever we want. Well, I want this and this and this and this. Well, let's do this and cut the rest. Normally I do these little things at the end, but I was like, if you want something, you said the amount, how much. If you want something over this much, we don't buy it immediately. Oh, we need that. Yeah, let's wait. How long? At least overnight. At least overnight. A lot of times a week, and then suddenly you understand, no, that was one-time wish, and then we don't need it. Okay? I'm a delivery guy. I bring a lot of clothing to people to their purchase. Subscription. Clothing that company chooses what to send to that house. I don't get it. How does it work? Oh, you can always send it back if something's not right. Yeah, but before this, I was working in a company who was picking up all the unneeded clothing from people. You don't know how many hundreds of pounds of clothing every day I was picking up. Hundreds of pounds of clothing every day I was picking up from people. Not all of it new, of course, but quite a bit of it new. Because people they pay for it. They just have enough. We live in America. They just have enough to, subscribe for this, subscribe for that. Okay. Lately, it's food. I mean, we're all Russians here, most of us. We cook our food. We don't buy it somewhere. But, I don't know, food delivery in boxes.
Oh, that's the worst.
Shot, I don't know, 2,000 versus 3,000 percent. I don't know how much. It was one box a week before or two. Now it's like 5 at least every day or more. And there was a company who doesn't deliver through FedEx anymore because they have their own business. They have their own vans, and they deliver that food all over the town in boxes like this big. 40, 50, 60 pounders. Yeah, food over the internet through shipping services. So don't spend your money foolishly, basically. Even if you have enough, if both of you are working, well, save for the house. When I say 10, 10, 80, I'm telling that that's kind of regular for most of the families. When you are just married, you have no kids, both of you working, I would say live on one paycheck and set aside one. You can do that. I know it's a little, who do that? But you know how many tens of thousands you'll save on interest on the house. I wish I would learn that before, and we would get our first house a little quicker, right? But we're in a good position right now. I love it. I think we should get off our house in 10 years or so. So hopefully, or less. We'll see. It goes down. But what I'm saying is, it's good to pay less to the interest. The only one bill you can't avoid is your house, your interest and stuff. Just think about it, or if you understand money all right, you can understand. If you pay your house in 20 years or 30 years or in 10 years, it's a tens of thousands of dollars in interest, basically. You save a lot of money. So the quicker you'll get the house, and with more down payment, the better for you. And I would say, think about that and pray for that. Because people, without God's wisdom and guidance, they waste enough money, a lot of money. And with His wisdom, yeah, you can do it really good. The idea of, I just talked to the financial guy Monday. We want to have so much for our retirement. We need $500,000 at least for retirement, because this will pay for our house. He was like, I've seen people who are almost retired, a year from retirement, they have 3 houses, 95% financed still, each. I don't know why, but they're almost there. And so think of that now, even with retirement stuff. I would say, don't be crazy, we want to aggressively send money to a retirement fund. No, I mean, you don't have to do that. Put $10 a month and you'll be all right. But $10 a month is not much. $20 a month is not much. But if you'll do it now, you'll have quite a much there. I'm 40, I just turned 40. And he was like, whoa, dude, you're young. You're good. I mean, some people they start thinking about retirement when they're like 59 or 58. They're like, can't do much there. Time is everything there, basically. So, this little things like this, it's little things, but talk about them. Talk between two of you and pray for wisdom. I don't own any company that sells you insurance or life, whatever stuff. I don't. But talk about it, basically. And if you need some answers, there are a lot of people around, even in the Russian community, that can answer any question free. You don't have to buy anything from them if you need any information on that. Just basically, the planning is everything. Planning is everything. So the budget is your main tool. If you want to live, should I say good or organized, that's what you need first. And then just praying and wisdom. God will give you that. He'll give you enough of that. He has enough of that. So, and lately I've been trying to tell you, spenders and savers a lot of time fight because the one can't live without spending, and the other one can't live at all because he has to spend some money. So it's always struggle to give any money away. So try to understand each other. And relationship is everything. Have good financial relationships between two of you. And if someone says, you know what, I can't, I just have to buy that one drink a week at least, a coffee. Sorry, at least one. Well, don't be like, no, none. Talk about it and give a little bit here and there. to each other, because okay, we won't have as much at our retirement. That's okay, but we have a good relationship. Okay, this is more important than other stuff. A lot more important than other stuff. But honor God first, and pray, God, where should we use this money that we'd like to give back to you? Even secular studies shows that those people who donate some of their money are more financially stable, yeah, wise, because they give some stuff away. Yeah, because they give some money away. Even for non-religious purposes, they are not believers, but they give some money away, and they're financially stable and wise. And people who they don't do anything, well, Bible talks about it in Proverbs. Like, there's the one who just gives money here and there to everybody. He has a lot, and there's one that always and never has anything. So why? It's his principle basically. So, but it's got to be two of you praying, Lord, we want to honor you, and then Lord, help us manage it correctly so we have enough. It's always said at least 3 months of your not of your old expenses like your coffee, your internet, whatever. No, the most important stuff like your housing, your food, your bills, your gas, whatever. How much is that a month? Have at least 3 months worth of that. Okay, that is $3,500. Okay, $3,500. So have 3 times of that, which is 11 and a half, set somewhere aside. And we don't touch it. It's sit there. What if we lose a job? Or what if anything happens? We have that emergency. So build 1 month of that first, then build 2, then build 3, and let it sit. It's basically for saving. That's important stuff to do. Then if anything happens, you don't have to go and borrow money. You have enough for emergency. So I can't right now tell you the actual amount in percentage of people who have emergency somewhere, but it's not much in America.
1 every 5 Americans doesn't have more than $1,000 bank account after paying bills.
There you go.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Be one of those who are wise enough not to spend everything, okay? But being diligent enough to say, you know what? Yeah, we want this. Not right now. A little later. Plan for stuff. I think Gary Chapman talks about the game. It was like, we didn't have anything. We had no money. So we had a little game between two of us. We walked in the store and looked at all the stuff that's there. You've probably seen that story. It's like, we looked at everything and says, wow, nice stuff. All people buying that stuff. And we walked away and saying, so good we don't have to have it to be happy.
It's in the book as well.
Yeah, so he was like, we walked out of the store and saying, two of us, we don't need all that. We walked around the store, looked at the stuff, but the stuff is not, we don't have to have it to be happy. And you don't have to have it to be happy. It's the happiness, the enjoyment, the pleasure, it's all indifferent. It's in the soul. It's not in our flesh. Yeah, we like to eat and stuff, or coffee or whatever. But the actual happiness, the contentment is inside. Sorry, my English sometimes like I want to say something, doesn't get there. But it's in a different part of us, and we can have it. We can have it without the money. Okay, the time. I'll probably will finish and we'll talk a little Q&A. The time is the most valuable thing created. I mean, we are created too, but I mean, we're kind of spiritual, we're soul and spirit and stuff. But from created physical stuff, it's not gold. It's not platinum, whatever, cars. What is that old stuff called? That's worth too much money.
Antiques.
Antiques. It's not that. The time is the most valuable thing on earth. Why? Because we only have this much, and nobody can give you more a day. You have 24 hours. Sorry, that's it. You can't buy more. You're just given this much. So think of this is what you have. This is given to us as well. Just like money, just like health, just like jobs, just like houses. or food. Time is given to us as well, and time is more important because time is when we use time to build our relationships. This is where actual worth or treasure is, the value is. The rest is, like I said, the money is not the hard subject at all in family. But how we manage our time, if we spend all the time trying to earn more money, poor soul, sorry. It's hard when you have your own business. It's hard. That's why I don't have one yet. I think about it all the time, but not yet. I'm not, well, maybe pretty soon or not, I don't know. But right now, I'm content because I have enough. I always ask, Lord, give me enough time for work, for family, and for church. These three I juggle all the time for like 15 years now. Always asking enough. I gotta have good, yes?
Battery.
Batteries, that's fine. We're basically done. So what do you want to talk about more? You can bring any subject, any topic of money, and I'll try to answer as much as I can. I'm not a financial guy, but I'll try. So not really like too much like that, but kinda. So basically it's two of you deciding. Of course that is fine. Of course you gotta have some ways. You don't have to have one credit card. You can have three. At one point, we were crazy at one point in life. We didn't understand money at all. It was like something. It was before, like, how long ago now? You can have almost every day or every other day offer of credit card in the mail. Or we'll give you $100 extra with that. Just get the card. So it's like, oh yeah, sure. Sign the card, put it in the mail, put it in the folder, and it sit there. And we get $100. At one point, I think we had like 14 credit cards. We had no interest we had no balance on them at all. They were just sitting there. But we got $100 here, $100 there. And then we understood, like, wait, I don't think that's right. So we started cutting them a month or once. So we got down to our two, I think we have now. Our oldest, the first two. So don't be crazy like this. Or I don't think you probably can right now. Then at one point there's something happened in the financial world, and they quit doing it. They quit doing it.
2008.
2008? Yeah, probably it was there. I was going to say it was long ago, but not 5 years ago. Anyways, so anything else you want to bring?
How do you decide which bank you guys will be joining?
Pick one you like.
No,
Interesting.
I've been with my bank since 16, 17, and she's been with her bank for however long. Ultimately, if it's a joint checking now, it's at one bank. So, is there like a strategy to decide which one is better to switch over to?
I don't know. We always try to see which one does not charge us monthly or yearly. We never pay any bank any money ever. Yep. There's always a way to do it legally without any money paid.
Teachers credit.
STCU. Yeah, we do STCU for quite a long. We didn't like Bank of America at one point because they were created us some kind of problem. We're like, you know what? We're going to STCU. And we switched. So our son is still there at Bank of America because you get the free museum pass. Once a month, you can go to the evening museum. Cool. Free. If you have Bank of America card. So
but he pays $14
we kept that.
a month, right?
What?
He pays $14 a month for the...
No, none. Free. And it was free for us as well. Free, normal.
He's saying not for the museum, just for the card itself.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He pays the bank a fee, but gets the free museum.
No. There's no fee for the bank at all.
We had a similar problem. Like, we had two bank accounts. She was like U.S. Bank, I was Washington Trust, but Washington Trust had more benefits for us, and I already had it, and so we moved all of our money into just to mine, and then we just added it to everything, and then we just basically use banks like a backup if we want to split money or something. But
I didn't close it, but I still have it open. But it's like $50 in there. That's it.
So we said pros and cons, decided that Washington was better for us, and so we just stuck with that.
Put it in savings.
There you go.
And lose it.
Whatever is the best for you, just like Matthew just said. See which one is the best for you, exactly two of you, and what's the benefits, and just use that one.
But I agree with you, though. I wouldn't pay a dime to the bank, though.
Why?
Yep.
There's no need, basically. Yep. There's no need. I wouldn't pay even $14 a year.
Yep,
Why?
I wouldn't either.
So
I personally recommend VECU. I've been there.
Oh, you're one of those guys. No, just kidding.
I've been with them with 10 years. I started with them in Seattle,
Mm-hmm.
and I moved over here, and I haven't seen the teller. And like over the 10 years, there's like 3, 4, 5-year periods where I didn't have to see any person. Everything was on my phone. Everything was online.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And you know, with them, it's $5 for your lifetime in the savings account. But other than that, it's a credit union, so you get a lot of benefits with other unions. It's just no person, no interaction needed. You can do it all off your phone.
We always were afraid of credit unions because it's like, well, Spokane teacher credit union. So it's in Spokane. We were going to Seattle. What were we gonna do? So we were afraid, and then we understand. We learned that we can go to any credit union. We had no idea. So
Yeah, it's like one.
not anymore actually. STCU just went out starting March 25th. You can use any ATM, but to go to teller, you got to go to STCU. So it starts March 26th.
The
March
strategy you do
25th.
too, my dad told me this, is like, look at the banks in 2008 and avoid those banks. The ones that screw people over, avoid those ones, right?
Oh.
Look at the history of the bank. So they did in 2008. If they did something really wrong with people, wronged them, don't go to that bank. It's pretty simple.
There you go.
I mean, yeah, they're FDIC and sure whatever now, but they weren't in 2008, and a lot of them did some bad things. So,
Okay.
yep.
So if they weren't insured in 2008,
Some of them weren't. I think it's mandatory now. I think they all have to be, but
now they
yeah. But even then, though, I would still do homework on it. Just see what they did.
It was under 150 grand back then. So if you had over 150 grand, they'll only give you 150 grand back. If you had 12 million, you'll lose the 12 million.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was
Easy.
a disaster.
there you go. So I mean, you just gotta be diligent and know stuff. That's it. Some people say, is it sin to have a life insurance? So I would say no. If you want to do it, I would say I would do it. It costs $15 a month, and if anything happens, your loved ones would have enough, basically. So it's not a big investment nowadays, I would say.
It is. It's gonna be more expensive the older you're gonna get.
Yeah,
So it's
for
better
sure.
to get a quote. I'm planning to have one within a year or two, just for not because I'm gonna die or something, just because I don't want my family to be left with nothing.
There you go.
Most companies do too. Like some employers offer it for free. So
Yeah, there you go.
get that too, which is pretty cool.
Be careful of that because it's often listed as AD&D, which is accidental death. So if
that's
you
true.
died in a car accident,
And
but
then
if you
look at the
get
percentages.
diagnosed with some health problem, then it might
It
not be
won't.
covered.
Yeah, and
You just gotta know stuff,
the
basically.
company takes few percentage of that too.
And they can decide to, decline coverage like a certain year that they have a bad year and they can't afford it, then you don't have it anymore.
Like
Okay.
surprisingly,
Yeah,
2 days before you die.
So you're fired.
Yeah.
So anyways, basically just learn
Yeah,
it,
show up to
think
work.
about it. But I would say, we got
Benefits
one
not active.
He died.
10 years ago, quite a long ago, and it's like $200 a year.
It's not bad.
So we pay $200 a year for both of us,
Oh wow.
and it's nothing huge. We don't give, it's not $1 million, but it'll be at least enough to get the house paid and everything and have some more. So anyways, it's good.
It'll be cheaper under 25, I think. It's way cheaper. Over 40, that's where it starts to.
Depends on age and health.
So yeah.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
check your health
Blood.
history and all that.
So it's something that you can talk about and pray about. That's what I'm basically saying. Anything money, just pray over it. If you pray over the money, God will bless it. And believe me, like we never had too much, but we never had not enough. Lord, for us, that's my testimony. We always had more than enough. And what I always cherish, that we always been thankful. He gave us enough grace to be thankful anytime. And 20 years ago, when we lived in a little apartment for I don't know how much, and now we live in a house behind town. I mean, outside of town. It's wow. So it's good. He's good. He'll provide enough. It's just he's the one who loves to give. He wants us to be of the same mind. So little by little, get that mindset. You don't have to give 10%. You can give 11. And in 5 years, you can give 12 or 13, whatever. Just raise it up. Some people live on 10% and give 90. Well, they earn a lot, but that's a choice. That's a good choice too. So, anything else you wanna?
For like smaller purchases, like not like a house or anything else. One of the guys I've been using, if you like want to purchase something, let's say a car or something over a grand, and if you want to buy it, like make sure you can afford it 3 times before you purchase it, and it doesn't affect your bills at the end of the month. So if you can afford it, buying it 3 times same day, you could. But if you can't afford it, buy it 3 times, and that will affect your bills end of the month. You should not be buying it.
Should not. Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's an interesting rule.
That's good. So I wouldn't buy a new car.
Have a little have a talk about 2 of you. That's what one per couple, or say that you can have one. That's fine. We should have enough here. This is basically a little. That's from Crown Financial. Anton.
It's okay. My accountant will email it to me.
That's a little percentage. They think of how much, let's say, housing should be when you're considering housing. And housing means, I think if I remember correctly, housing means the house payment and the bills together. So I don't understand. I think so. Yeah. Like garbage and water and electrical together. So I think housing means that. So if you make, let's say, 35 grand, your housing should be 32% of that. 32% of your monthly income. How much it is? Grab 32%. If you are 68, you're paying too much for a house.
We are right here.
So it's just a little thing there in here. Little form. They have more of them at their website.
This is yearly income.
It's
Okay. So
Get a bigger table.
for me, normally what I tell you, look at your food in your house. Normally that's what's the good thing to look. Are we over anywhere there, right? Because some of us pay for medical insurance, some of us don't. Some of us do. Some others start like investments and stuff, and some of us don't. So it's just everybody is different basically. But have a good plan together. That's it. There was something I was gonna say. That's most of it all. Any other things you want to discuss? I mean, financial normally goes a little over than an hour because
I know once
enough to cover.
I don't know. Someone talked about a couple of years ago, like if you're planning to get married, you have debt. Make sure you take care of it before you get married.
That's a good idea.
Don't put that on your partner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like if you do have something, like at least let them know and try to pay it off.
Mm-hmm.
I try to be like, for me, like I run credit cards. I try to run my whole company through credit cards just because of points.
Yeah.
It's beneficial, but our number one rule is every month our credit cards goes to 0.
Yes.
Every month.
Exactly.
Because your credit score, you gotta realize if they look at your credit card and your allowance is $2,000, if you always push it $2,000, your credit score will drop. You have
It's
to
gonna be low.
spend like maybe like $300-400 and then lower it. It's not always good to maximize your credit.
Mhm.
rule
If
of
they-
thumb is 30%.
Yeah, if they
30%
do-
is a good rule.
If
Yeah.
they look at it, they'll be like, oh, he's pushing it. They're not
Mhm.
gonna give you good credit.
Yes. Yes.
That's a
Exactly.
big trick too.
And know your credit score. It's not hard and it's free. So just know your credit score. It's
And
pretty
now
easy.
They can run it free.
Mhm. Now it's free.
It's
Yeah.
not gonna
Before it
affect
was.
your credit score like it used to. The more you
Yeah.
run
Exactly.
it,
If it's your own, if it's you personally and asking how much it is, or there's
back then if you get a loan,
there are so many.
you run 5
There's
banks,
good sites
your
that
credit scores
actually.
drop
I think
because
Credit
5
Karma
banks
is
try
my
to run your
favorite.
credit
Yeah,
score.
we use that.
Credit Karma is really good, I think.
We use
Might
that
be my
one.
favorite.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If they still check your credit score, still drops.
And some people might still think that you have to carry some interest on the credit cards to
Balance,
actually
that's a lie.
to balance it. Yeah, that's a
Total
lie.
lie.
To
Banks
get the
want to snag you.
mm-hmm. So yeah, don't
you
carry.
can open up a credit card, never use it, and your credit score will go up.
Yep, it's also true.
You don't have to use it at all.
You pay it off every month, they'll credit like crazy.
Yes, yes. Pay it every month, and it's going to be good.
Yeah, or just not even just use your debit card the whole time.
I mean, you can use, like, some
Yeah.
people, like, they'll just, like Costco card, you put like all your groceries on it for the whole year, and then pay it off every single month, every single time it's 0, you can walk away with, like, $300 in the year. Like, you use debit card anyways, get free money.
Yes.
But it only works if you pay it off completely. That's still to do that. So.
Oh, that's the card we use, and every February we get.
I know my mom like walks like
A
$400.
bonus.
I'm like, oh, you spend the money anyways. Like, you get free money. Like, I mean, as long as you're paying it off, like, yeah, it's cool.
Yes, for sure. So credit cards, like some people say, oh, it's total no. No, I would say if you have
Play
a
the
trouble,
system.
if you understand it, you can get some free money at the end of the year for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, if
So-
you play the system right, you can do pretty good with it. It's
Play
just
your
when you do
cards
it
right.
wrong.
Playing cards.
Play your
Yeah.
cards right.
Yeah, exactly.
Make them pay you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they pay us
You gotta
every year.
realize at the end of the
Costco pays
day-
us every year, and
Yeah.
we get a free Costco
Yeah.
membership every year.
Yep.
Just because of that.
Guy that owns like a lot of credit cards in Spokane, he was like, you gotta realize where did all those points come from and benefits. It comes from all those people paying interest rates and
Yes.
stuff like that. It's not like company losing money. So you gotta realize that it's not free at the end of the day. Someone's paying for it.
Someone's
so.
paying for that. Unfortunately, I would say don't be one of those guys.
Yeah.
Basically,
Don't
just
pay
don't
for
be
it.
one of those guys.
Or when you like have
Because
a
some people just give it away. Give it away.
card with
Like going to casino. People just giving away money
Also,
there.
they have zero interest
That's-
financing on a bunch of
please.
sites on Amazon.
Good
If
investment.
you have
Yeah, investment. So, okay, I think that should be good. And if any more comes, your homework thing. Do you have your waiting budget yet? You do? If you have your waiting budget, look it over. You don't have to bring it next time, but I'll ask you next time. Do you have your get your waiting budget? What is it? I mean, how much and stuff?
I mean, we did
Total, total and
Put
stuff.
it down to the dollar.
I would not even
So,
do this.
We did.
and
Under $100.
We had a spreadsheet, remember?
50
Yeah. I created one. You didn't? Oh.
there you go. So basically, if you don't know anything about budgeting, start doing it. If you don't know, I would say let me throw for sure out there. If you don't know how much you spend for little stuff, start just for a month. Start sitting down and look at it. It's kind of harder when you look in your credit card statement, like what is that for? What's that for? Just every time you do that, just picture that little receipt. Take a picture. Boom, boom,
There's
boom, boom, boom.
apps on the bank, apps on the actual your banking app. You
In the
can
bank,
go and
yeah.
it'll split all your spendings on what
Yes.
you spend on, and it'll divide it, so you don't even have to do anything, and it's free.
There you go.
So
And it's free. So if you know how to use it, well, look it up. Basically, understand how much you really spend away on small stuff, because small things eat a lot of stuff. So, okay, let's pray at the end and we'll finish.